on the weekends in those shoes. Welcome to the Attack of the Show, everybody. The only show that can compete with the awesomeness that is bacon. Yeah! Boom!
Thanks to Love Assassin 13 for that slogan. All week long, we're using your tweeted slogans to kick off Attack of the Show.
Yeah, so if you've got a good one, or one like that, tweet it to us.
That was a good one.
I'm kidding. That was really good. That was actually an awesome one.
I love bacon.
Tweet it to us with the hashtag AOTS slogan, and we might use it on air. That's how it happens. It's interactive. It's television. What? I'm Kevin Pereira. It's good to see you.
I'm Candace Bailey. We're coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles. On the show today, the mayor of The Sims, Will Wright, will be here to talk about his new TV show, Bar Karma, that's created with stories by the viewers. Or in Simlish, Babusa! Hariba ba hariba!
That was good. I'm gonna give you that.
And then today's WTF is electroplay, also known as electrostimulation.
That's not good.
That sounds like something people do to get their jollies.
Yeah.
You're right. It'll be demonstrated live.
Yeah.
On Kevin and myself.
This is a dumb idea. Then Allison gets her face smacked hard. Oh! And twice. Yeah. She's in Hawaii to take us kite surfing. And truth be told, when Allison spread her wings, her grill pays the price.
Aww.
And Gadgetron rates the Nook color. It's an Android e-reader with 7 inches of full-color touchscreen and 1 million free books that you don't have time to read because the Jersey Shore is on. Let's be honest. Gotta love it. They're going to Italy, by the way. Yeah, another season. There will be more seasons of the Jersey Shore than there were of Arrested Development. Be proud, America. Be proud.
I like Jersey Shore.
Me too. I'm not apologizing.
Yeah. If you're too lazy to sift through the gold on the web,
Don't worry. We're doing it for you.
we do it for them.
Hey! ATN is right. Happy ATN to all of you. Happy ATN. All right. We got to kill time today. Today's number 5, hey, camera, is a look at a groundbreaking new fighting technique.
You may be familiar with the sucker punch. Now you're about to learn the sucker sandwich punch.
I'm here today to teach you how to make a turkey and cheese sandwich. First, what you need is turkey, cheese, bread, and mayonnaise. First, what you need to do is spread the mayonnaise over the toast.
Yes.
No holding back.
Oh,
I wonder why.
I want Martha to have him on for a guest cooking segment so bad. That'd be amazing. You should see how he prepares Thanksgiving dinner, by the way. The kid's a pro.
Something gets stuffed, not the bird.
No. Elbow deep with the stovetop. You know what I mean? Get it in there.
Call of Duty Black Ops
It's a turkey
provides...
joke. Sorry.
You want to keep talking about the turkey?
No, cod blops.
You sure?
What about it?
Sure.
Let's talk about the cod blops.
Call of Duty Black Ops provides a safe online forum for people to shoot machine guns at their friends.
True. Or in the case of YouTuber Steak and Rice, it's a great place to strip the dignity right out of armed combat by getting funky to the rejects' vulgar ode to clubbing. You guys know it. Go ahead and say it with me. Cat Daddy. Thanks.
Call me SpongeBob, Krabby Patties. Bitch, I go to work, do my cat daddy. Call me SpongeBob, stacking Krabby Patties. Bitch, I go to work. Okay, you're the too short, I'm too long. I'm in the club all black on Akon. Like headlights, I'm too on. Do my cat daddy going nuts.
Hi.
You can certainly try. Oh.
Wait, no, you got to try it with me. Let's see if you can do it better.
This is a party of one, but I'm watching. I want to see you got to do the crouch toggle and then the stick spin. Yeah! Whoa! Well played.
Thank you.
Well played.
I don't know what that looks like, but...
Well, we do. That's what matters. We got a peek. Oh, are you winded? Was that too much motion for you? Careful.
Excuse me.
Baby, need an ice cube? What do you need? You tell me. You tell me.
All good.
Okay, fantastic. We're okay here.
Who doesn't love a fully armed and operational mercenary dance squad?
You do have to respect the gamers' dedication and their coordination and their willingness to not have sex for another 2 years, choreographing that on the headsets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heavy breathing on the Xbox Live communicator during
guys.
that.
Gotta do this. Stay up. Stay up.
Stick it to the music, Jerry. Quiet. Spoiler, by the way, spoiler, if I may. Return of the Jedi has a happy ending. I don't know if you've seen it yet. You haven't had a chance. I gotta Netflix it.
The 1983 Star Wars film is full of redemptions, explosions, and hundreds of little people in teddy bear costumes.
But YouTuber Ben Hallert shows us an alternate ending for the film that I think is not only more entertaining, but it's probably more accurate to physics. Didn't think that one through. I'm sorry. You get the Death Star and the Ewoks both dead with one shot. That is an outer space win-win right there. Nobody's sad about that.
People are really good at hating the Ewoks.
Well, they were rapists.
Tell.
I'm serious. They don't deal with it in Jedi, but it's true. They're rapists, just like dolphins.
Like dolphins.
Do you bing it? That was weird saying bing it. I don't like that at all.
Interesting.
Ask Jeeves. They're rapists.
Little Big Planet 2 for the PS3 just landed on store shelves, and now everyone with a Sony console is playing with their Sackboys.
What is it, like 2 weeks in a day? Classy. But
2 weeks in a day?
if you don't own a PS3, theescapistmagazine.com has created a real-life version of the game for you to enjoy.
Want to go on an adventure? Okay.
Hats off to him.
Awesome.
That was great. That went much better than the real-life recreation I did of God of War in my apartment. So body paint on the walls and the blood and sandals everywhere. That was not cool.
And the threesome minigame turned into a class action suit.
A sexy class action lawsuit.
Really?
Which are the best kind. Actually, I gotta tip the hat, seriously. That was an awesome video.
How long do you think it took them to do that?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Days and
Well,
days
if you
and
watch
days.
the full thing, you actually go online and see the entire
It's
thing.
long.
It's lengthy, but it's adorable. It's just grab a kitten and a glass of wine, like any 18 to 34-year-old male would do when enjoying internet videos, and really enjoy it.
That's what you would do.
Yeah, I quit. Goodbye.
Kitten in a
everybody.
glass of wine.
Oh, still ahead. A lady throws herself in a fountain for good luck.
A Lemon gets remixed. Up next, stick around.
Grab a bazooka and a handful of dirt. Then you're... Yeah, I was down. No one even told me. By now, you've probably seen the footage of the woman who fell into a mall fountain while she was sexting. It's blowing up the internets and the news cycles and all that jazz.
For a few days now,
Yeah.
right? That woman is back today and feeling litigious against the mall. Here's the wet lady, her lawyer, and an infectious remix courtesy of Jessica Frack.
Well, I fell in the fountain. I fell in the fountain. I fell in the fountain. Do not text and walk. I'm a mall employee. I was actually texting a friend of mine. I realized when I was falling when I was in the water. I'm hoping nobody saw me, so let me just walk away. Well, I fell in the fountain. I fell in the fountain. I fell in the fountain. Do not text and walk.
Do not text and walk. The only reason to go to a mall is to see someone fall into a fountain while looking down at their phone.
Yeah, because we have something called Amazon where we live, so we don't have to deal with that kind of crap. What up? Prime. Amazon Prime, bitches. You know what I'm saying?
WTF.
Yeah, exactly. When it comes to S&M, we've had our fair share of bondage, pain, and strange fetishes.
All right.
But this time we're cranking up the juice and entering the world of electroplay. Shocked, you say? More like, what the f***? Also known as erotic electrostimulation, electroplay is a form of bondage S&M, where one is aroused by being electrocuted, particularly in the genital region. If you're wondering why anyone would want to get shocked in the junk, well, it's because the recipient enjoys the electrical stimulation of the nerves. Areas such as the nipples and genitals have more nerve endings and are more sensitive to electroplay. One of the tools used in this fetish is the antiquated electrotherapy device from the 1800s known as the violet wand, once believed to be an electrical cure-all device. The wand has now found a home among E-stem fetishists. Based off the Tesla coil, the violet wand uses an electromagnetic coil transformer to generate an adjustable low current and high frequency charge. A gas-filled glass electrode on top of the wand discharges bolts of electricity when placed near the subject's body. Whether it's an electrified tingling over the skin or the shock of a discharged bolt, the violet wand is relatively safe, unless there's a pacemaker in your chest. On the internet, you'll find dozens of videos demonstrating the violet wand in a limited manner. But for the real kinky stuff that we can't show you on TV, you'll have to dig deeper into the bowels of the internet or pay the subscription fee. So for those looking to electrify their lives or reproductive body parts, we're not judging. We're really just asking, what the f***?
Holy roasted alive.
I have agreed to my fair share of bad ideas in life. This might take the cake. Please welcome to the show, Mistress Justine.
Big clap.
There you go. I got it for you.
So what are you going to do with that stuff back there?
Well,
I don't even know
this
if I
is a
should
violet
ask.
wand.
Oh, fantastic.
And we're going to shock you.
Of course.
And
That sounds like fun.
yeah, until someone mercies out or says their safety word. So do you have a safety word you want to use?
Boob.
Boob, okay.
Do I have to have a safety word?
You can use boob.
I
Say it backwards.
I'm gonna go with Seacrest.
Oh, well, why are we already starting? We're already starting?
Yeah, I guess let's hop into it. Bring on the pain.
Ladies first.
Hey, start with her.
Ah, okay.
Oh, really? Come on, that's. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, all right. All right, I can smell my flesh. That's good. Okay, then you gave her half a second. You spent an hour on them. All right, I'm good. I mean, that's cool. Whatever.
You're gonna
No
turn
big
it
deal.
up a little bit more.
Yeah, turn it up. Get it going.
I can take the pain.
Yeah, oh, me too. Oh, I was born for it. Born for it. What's up, Dutch Tilt? Born for it. Okay. All right.
I think she likes me better.
Why are you?
Ah! Ah!
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it on there. Lay it on there. Come on. What's out? What's out? Really?
Too soon.
Well,
I'm
good
such
game,
a
everybody. I'm
baby.
glad we played that one.
All right, so we're gonna let
actually
her.
get
You
out.
go. She's. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That's.
So, can I help you do this?
Yeah. So we're gonna do something
Oh, no, we're
else.
good here.
No,
We're good here.
No, we're gonna do something different. So
Stay right there.
Don't
we're
really
gonna
have
be
a
using
choice,
my body to
princess.
conduct electricity.
Okay.
So can you just stick this down my top?
I can.
Oh, let me volunteer.
Too bad.
Let me get in on this. I'm missing hair, by the way. It smells like charred flesh. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
mine
what is
too.
this? Now, what is the tinsel doing with the boobs and the cleave?
You'll find out.
I don't want. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, okay.
Okay.
No.
I don't want to do it.
Danny did not like that one.
No, let's do it.
Danny's gonna have words with mommy tonight.
All right, but I have to. I don't know if it'll conduct through both of us.
Oh, okay, then I'll try it.
Are you gonna try it? Okay.
I'll try it.
Oh yeah, let's.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and later you guys can play Mall Madness, but right now let's not shock. Okay, no, that really. That's. What do you tape? Don't.
Do his crutch.
Don't do my crutch. No, just say oh. Okay. Oh no! Oh, you can see it sparking.
Oh, it's like shocking.
Yeah, back into. I will take it if it shocks you. Okay, we're good. Thanks. Oh, okay. All right.
You did Mercy.
I didn't.
I didn't hear you say
No,
secret.
thank you for joining us, Mr. Justine. Thank you for joining us. You can follow her on Twitter. Visit her website. Seacrest out. Seacrest. Visit her website. Hold on. Let me choose the website. LosAngelesDominatrix.com. Thank you, Mistress Justine.
Thank you so much. That was fun. I love torturing cabinets. Still ahead, Chris Gore brings along his big old bag of movies for another DVD set. And then later, gaming legend Will Wright will tell us about his new show, Bar Carnival, and how you're going to get involved in it right after this.
Here's a kid trying to prove that he can skateboard. So what happens next? Does he slip and eat pavement? Does the cabinet collapse? Or does the board fly up and hit the cameraman? Find out when we return. Here's a kid trying to prove that he can skateboard. So what happens next? Does he slip and eat pavement? Does the cabinet collapse? Or does the board fly up and hit the cameraman? Yeah, I doubt the X Games will come calling anytime soon.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
smells.
gross.
Yeah, mine smells too.
It's all red and burnt and itchy, and it smells.
weird.
It's exactly.
Your legs
My
must
forearms
feel
are
a
exactly
little-
like my genitals now. That's disgusting. You can smell it though. Like no.
They're bad.
Hey, they know. Welcome back to Attack of the Show, the Large Hadron Collider of cul-de-sac bicycles. Yeah, it's good. That description of our show comes courtesy of Felony Nerder, so thank you for that, Felony Nerder.
We're using your tweeted slogans all week long, so if you have one, tweet it to us at #AOTS slogan.
It's that easy. Now we need to make room in our epic giveaway prize closet, so let's give away some more free stuff.
One of the most famous guns in comic book history. A Sideshow Collectibles prop replica of Hellboy's Samaritan gun, signed by Red himself, actor Ron Perlman.
Oh, you get it. What? Oh, sideways tilt? No, not cool. This thing is awesome. It's a full-scale reproduction. It's made of polystone and metal, and it's got some heft, definitely. And it actually has 4 bullets that fit inside the chambers, and they even have the old BPRD on them. I mean, it's like attention to detail is awesome.
Plus,
oh,
you'll
yeah.
receive this limited edition glossy white cell phone from our old sets.
Did you paint one white?
You had some free time.
And you mounted it on a tap light?
I had a lot of free time. Gosh.
All right. To win Hellboy's gun, visit our website, g4tv.com/epic giveaway. Get your entry in between now and January 26th by 3 p.m. Eastern to be eligible, and we'll announce the winner right here on tomorrow's show. It's that easy.
The news isn't all bad.
No, especially when it's delivered by Elle.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Elle.
Kevin, watch where you point that gun, please. It's time to start the feed. It's Tuesday, January 25th, and here are your top stories. No wallet? No problem. Apple's next generation of mobile devices will enable a whole new way of paying for goods and services. According to Bloomberg, the iPhone 5 and iPad 2 will come equipped with near-field communication technology, or NFC. Ooh. A tagging system that will allow people to use their iPhones and iPads to pay at places like restaurants and gas stations. The NFC system would link to users' iTunes accounts, which would link directly to a bank account instead of your credit card or debit card, and might also feature rewards and loyalty points. In related news, Verizon recently announced that iPhone users on their network will have a $30 unlimited data plan. Yeah, don't get too excited. The plan will only be temporary, as Verizon will be moving to a tier plan like the AT&T in the near future. So if you live in fear of someone peering over your shoulder to see what sites you're browsing, Kevin, that feeling you gotta get used to. A government hearing held earlier today touched on the possibility of internet service providers being forced to store your browsing data for up to 2 years. Yeah, like your IP address and maybe even logs of sites you've visited. Also be forced to hand over all that information to authorities whenever they asked. Proponents of the data retention say it would help catch cyber terrorists, child pornographers, and other internet criminals, but will also open the door for bringing internet activity into non-technology related court cases. Now, the details of the proposal are still vague, but it's probably a good idea to start browsing incognito. That's right, Kevin, your Facebook browsing might be more construed as stalking. Yeah.
The ladies love it.
Sure they do. All right, we'll have more in this story in tomorrow's Loop. Now, the nominations for the 83rd Academy Awards were announced this morning, with a few of our favorites leading the pack. This social network has a total of 8 nominations. Yeah, including Best Picture, Adapted Screenplay, and Director. Inception also boasts 8 nominations, including Best Picture, although Christopher Nolan was passed over for Best Director. Yeah, I thought he deserved it. Other notables are Pixar's Toy Story and Darren Aronofsky's libido confuser, Black Swan. Yeah, which both tallied up 5 nominations, including Best Picture and the hottest love scene ever. Who wrote that? That's not the Academy Awards. And in case you weren't already aware, Taco Bell's meat is not what you'd call premium. What? But someone is actually taking the Bell to court because of it. An Alabama-based law firm is asking Taco Bell to be more honest in advertising their seasoned beef. Why, you ask? Okay, spoiler alert, because it's only 35% beef, which fails to meet minimum requirements set by the USDA to be labeled as beef. What is the cutoff? Taco Bell denies the allegation, and the verdict has yet to be determined. But we don't think they'll be starting up a, hey, at least it looks like beef, ad campaign anytime soon. And now I'll leave so that you can really get what you want. More news, less clothes. It's the Bikini Feed.
Researchers from Caltech and the Swiss Institute of Energy have created a reactor that can turn solar energy into hydrocarbon fuel. The reactor uses the rare earth metal ceria with sunlight to break down water or carbon dioxide into energy that can be stored and transported. Excuse me. This is a huge improvement over current solar panel systems, which have to use the energy as they create it. Sorry, guys. Moving on. This reactor is still in its infancy and is only able to harness 0.7 to 0.8% of the energy of the sunlight that strikes it. Her researchers expect to eventually be able to reach efficiency levels of 20%, which would make the systems commercially viable. That's all for today's Bikini Feed.
My apologies to all these smoking hot chemists watching our show. By the way, Allison Hayes slips into water sports, in case you didn't know it. Yeah, I know.
Thomas Edison used kites to harness the power of electricity. In Hawaii, guys use kites to fly.
Kite surfing is one of Hawaii's most extreme pastimes, so I hitched a ride with pro kite surfer Jeff Tobias of Windward Water Sports to catch some wind or drown trying.
What exactly is kiteboarding?
Started with just a basic kite and guys jumping on the sand and then releasing and jumping up with like 3 kites like tied together. And then they hit the water, and as soon as they hit the water, it was like ding, and they went 20 feet, and the next thing you know, they were flying across the bay, and it just happened. Kites now hold the sailing speed record. I believe it's 50 knots, which is almost 60 miles an hour.
So talk to me about where we are today.
We're actually on a sandbar in the middle of the ocean, I don't know, maybe a mile offshore or something, in Kaneohe Bay on the island of Oahu.
So what kind of tips do you have for total noobs like me?
This is a hammerhead breeding ground. Their mouths are underneath, so just close your eyes and hang on. Just let me take care of everything.
I'm really good at closing my eyes and hanging on. I think I can handle that. All right, so when it comes to gear, what do we have?
We've got the board, which is modeled off of a wakeboard. We've also got the harness. This goes around you like that. And then this piece here goes across there. There's all different sizes of kites. The smaller the kite, for the stronger the wind. Bigger kite when it's lighter.
Okay, so what's first?
First, you gotta pump up the kite.
I have to pump up my own kite? All right, kite is blown up. Now, how big is this one?
This is a 9 square meter. It's kind of a medium size. It's inflatable, so it floats, and then it's nice and round, so it rolls over and launches right back in the air, so you don't have to dangle your little toes in the shark-infested water for very long.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, shall we get in said shark-infested water?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Those 4 lines, you got 2 of them that come down here, and this is what we hook into here. That's gonna go in your harness there. You're always the same amount of tension on that. Pull in for power, you cup the wind, push the bar out, and you spill the wind out. Right goes right, left goes left. That's about it. You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Hammer.
I'm surprisingly good.
It starts to drift to the right there, pull left. Anytime it starts to pull you, just kind of like release that pressure a little bit. Okay, pull right. Okay, so you ready to try jump?
Yep, try jump.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, I kind of figured out how to steer, so time to add the board.
Sure, you got it wired. Let's do it. Get set. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, you give it a hard right. Hard, hard, hard. There you go. There you go. Okay, there you go.
Woo!
Okay, there you go.
All right, so how did I do that time?
That's got to be the fastest that I've ever put somebody up on a board. Good job.
Thanks, man. This was fun.
Want to go again?
I want to go take a nap. Yeah, kiteboarding looks awesome and all, but I think this is more my speed.
Let's face it, Tuesdays kind of suck. That's why we call them DV Tuesdays instead. Welcome back, film expert Chris Gould.
Thanks, Candace. Thank you.
Nice
Thank you very much. Oh, that wasn't very shocking. That wasn't very shocking, Candace.
What's up first?
First, we have the film Red. Not to be confused with the short film that I made, Red, also available on DVD.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Not quite as good as this one. Smaller cast.
This film proves that not every movie based on a comic or graphic novel has to be full of spandex. What do you think of it?
Well, first of all, this is Warren Ellis wrote this comic, and it's awesome and just clever, fun, action
So
comedy, wall to wall. As soon as they start, in fact, it's funny. As soon as they start to get into some big dramatic scene where there's too much talking, something blows up, somebody gets shot. It's like he's reading my mind.
And it's like
Let's get right to the action.
It's
Come
the
on.
most amazing cast ever.
Great cast. It's like the Expendables, but with an older cast. So, you know, you've got guys like Morgan Freeman, Ernest Borgnine, Bruce Willis, of course. But, I mean, it's a great cast, and it's fun to see them having a great time shooting and killing.
Are there any good extras on it?
Actually, a great extra on it. There's a commentary. It's usually the director, the cast, or whatever. The commentary on this is by ex-CIA agent Robert Baer, who gives away all these secrets of the CIA. Basically, it's a lot of boring standing around and waiting. But he talks about how they use disguises and how accurate Red is. And Red is actually fairly accurate, except for most of the comedy action parts. But the rest of it, the boring parts of being a CIA agent, he really goes over in a lot of detail. It was fascinating.
Now, I have to say something. They mentioned Pensacola, Florida in the movie. I'm
Yes.
actually from, like, right over the bridge from Pensacola. And they did not show it as being a very good city.
What?
It was like swampy, and it was where his bunker was. It was awful.
Well,
so that's not where I came from.
Well,
just so everyone knows.
I've seen the movie. I think it looks pretty awful to me. I haven't been there. I'm going to believe the movie. I'm going with the movie.
Chris.
I saw it on film.
Bottom
I believe
line.
It. Bottom line, it's a buy for me, especially because of that commentary and all the behind the scenes.
Awesome.
Great stuff.
What's our next DVD?
The next one is The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Yeah.
The previous film in this series had all the violence and lesbian sex you look for in films, Chris, but how does this one measure up?
Well, I gotta say, not as much of that as I would like.
Really?
Needed a little bit more of the sex and violence. I mean, really, this is the conclusion, the finale of this trilogy that started with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is interesting. This is sort of wraps up all the conflicts, all the with all the villains. You know what? I can't say anything. I don't want to give away the story. But what I'm really excited about, it's a great wrap up. It wraps up everything. What I'm really excited about is David Fincher's remake because it has Rooney Mara, who dumped Mark Zuckerberg, you know, at the beginning of Social Network. Rooney Mara plays the girl, and also no subtitles. So I'm really looking forward to Fincher's version. But no, I really love this. I really love this film. I mean, the tone of it is amazing, and you have to see it.
Bottom line?
Bottom line is strong recommendation to rent.
What else do we have to check out?
We have Saw 3D, the final chapter.
Okay, is this really the end of the Saw series?
Well, I mean, these guys were awarded actually a Guinness Book of World Records as the most successful horror franchise ever. Over $860 million and counting from DVD and theatrical. So, and this is like all the Saw movies. To me, if Jigsaw asks you, would you like to play a game? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I'd rather go to Fred 62 for deep fried macaroni and cheese balls, which if you've had them are delicious. But I don't want to play a game. The other thing that's weird about this, why don't they just, to disarm the traps, why don't they just unplug things? They can just, if you could just find out where the extension cord is, you could disarm every trap in the Saw series.
I know. See, this isn't really my deal.
It's not helping.
I don't like the just killing people for no reason. I don't know, the gore and not really my idea of a horror. But did the 3D make it scarier?
Yeah, I mean, it's gross. And I got to say, even, you know, look, ironically, I'm not into the gore as much. I do like a story, but this is all about, like, how can we kill someone in a really interesting and fun way using a mousetrap? That's kind of what they do, and they do it successfully every time out.
Awesome.
Really well in
this film is available in 3D Blu-ray, but what other extras come on the film?
There's a commentary and a whole bunch of behind the scenes, and there's a thing that's like every kill in all the Saw movies. Okay. So which is pretty cool.
Bottom line?
Bottom line is, this is a strong recommendation to rent. I only say rent because you know there's going to be an inevitable box set.
Okay.
Yeah. So at some point.
I don't need to rent it.
I think there's going to be.
Yeah. All right, we've got time for a quick pick.
Okay, of course. If you're a fan of The Office or Ricky Gervais or the Golden Globes, Ricky Gervais is actually going to be on The American Office. And here it is, box set. You can't miss complete series 1 and 2 and the special.
Yay. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For more gore, follow him on Twitter at @ThatChrisGore. Let's go over to Kevin Pereira.
Thanks. Up next, gaming legend Will Wright is about to get into television, and so are you. Stick around. Super excited. You might know our next guest from games like SimCity, SimCity 2000, The Sims, Sim Farm, Sim Earth,
Sim Copter, Sim Tower, Sim Life, Sim Ant, Spore.
Yes, of course, Spore. SimCity 3000, SimCity 4, SimCity 4 Rush Hour, Raid on Bungling Bay. Anyone? Okay. Yeah, okay.
Earlier, Kevin sat down with Will Wright to talk about the new TV show.
Pick a glass. To Doug. Being here now.
What was that?
It's a new kind of bourbon.
The 2060 batch?
2080.
Ah, the Emperor's stuff.
I'm talking about what just happened. When we touch glasses, it's like electricity or something.
Oh, we probably passed through a new timeline.
Oh, right. Duh.
It's cool, huh?
I think we have different definitions of the word cool.
Please welcome creator of The Sims and SimCity, Will Wright, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Pleasure to have you here. I have whittled away many hours of my life to your creations. So
well, that's
thank
good.
you for that. Yeah, and my parents hate you for that, Will.
Oh, of course they do.
But let's start off, of course, with Farmville. How much do you hate it?
You know, that's one game on Facebook I have not ever tried.
Really?
Yes.
How have you avoided the phenomenon and not fretted over your onions?
I just like look over other people's shoulder while they're playing it, and then I kind of look at this zoned out zombie expression, and then I know how parents feel. You know?
Right. You realize you want nothing to do with that experience whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a great game, though.
No, don't be so sure. Don't be so sure.
Maybe it's not. Yeah.
It's big on the internet, which we know who uses the internet. But why the switch from gaming to TV? What brought about that?
Well, I've always been interested in the communities that we build online around games, and especially the creative communities that I've kind of been involved with. And I began thinking, how can we harness these thousands of people on the internet working together as a community into other mediums like television? Especially with something like The Sims, we saw a huge amount of storytelling.
Right.
People would capture stories, put them online, other people would read them, but they were all kind of parallel play. Everybody was telling their own story. And I began thinking about how can we get people working on the same creative things together?
You know, it's interesting that you harken back to The Sims and the way people created and did stories. Most of mine were locking somebody in the bathroom, then deleting the door, then deleting the toilet.
That's a whole genre.
And that was pretty much it.
Yes.
So
Sims snuff films, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So how on earth did you have the trust of the internet to run a TV show?
Well, we actually opened a beta community about a year ago, and we did a lot of experimenting, kind of figuring out what worked and what didn't work. What we found that worked is that we take the professional production team that's going to take the storylines that they create and insert them as an editorial process. So basically, we have this, giant internet mob coming up with lots of ideas.
Right.
The production team looks at the top-rated ideas and says, okay, we can do those 5, but not those 5. And then we let the audience vote on those 5.
But that'll stop, because I mean, even when Spore came out, it was the race to create the most largest and realistic looking phallus you can.
Yeah, pornography.
Pornography.
Yes.
So you do have some adults behind the wheel driving the show.
To some degree, yeah. But in fact, we have a production team in New York City run by Avi Hecht, and he's kind of fearless as a producer. And it really required somebody like that was willing to kind of break all the rules, because just making the time scales work, the kind of time they have to do this in production is incredibly tight.
Right, and let's take a step back for those who aren't familiar. Bar Karma, sci-fi series where, again, the audience has the chance to control everything. So they can submit ideas for where a scene should go, how a character should interact, create new characters.
Yeah, exactly. We actually have this thing on the web. We also have apps on the iPhone, the iPad. We're going to do Android. But basically, the fans are building a giant branching story tree for every episode, almost like a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Mm-hmm. I love, from a production aspect of it, to sit back and have your name on a show where everybody else is doing all the work. That is the smartest idea I've ever heard in television.
Yeah, that's when you just
brilliant.
kind of kick back and
let the internet figure it out. Yeah,
until it breaks, of course.
Of course, and who knows? Who knows? But with the show, people pitching these ideas, community forming. The first episode hasn't even aired yet.
No.
So you've already got a built-in fan base, built-in audience, built-in interest.
Right, and it just takes like one little thing. If you decide that woman's dress is going to be red, then you have an emotional investment in the show. You're going to make sure your fans, your family and friends all watch the show. Right. So we found that, online...
Then you'd be the creepy guy tweeting about her dress all the entire show.
Right.
Yeah.
Guess why the dress is red. Yeah. But really, that's the idea, is get emotional investment from the players. We see these giant communities forming around hit TV shows, but they don't really have any direct involvement with creating the show. And so by closing that loop, I think that's kind of where a lot of media is going. Not just games, but television, music, a lot of other things are getting very participatory. Will
Bar Karma welcome the Farmvillers of the world into their production cycle?
Oh, certainly. As long as Farmville does not appear in any episode of Bar Karma, yes.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hop in. And when did the first episode is?
February 11th. February
11th. And if people can they still get involved right now? Can they
certainly.
Go to?
Yeah, we have a pipeline. We're working on episodes all through the season, so they can come in right now and be involved in episode 5, and then 6 and 7, etc.
In between crop cycles, you heard it, Farmvillers. Get out there and make it happen. Will, it's an absolute pleasure to chat with you.
Thank you for having me.
So and good luck with the project. It's a fascinating idea, and I hope it takes off.
Yeah,
I really do. You guys, again, Bar Karma premieres Friday, February 11th on Current TV. He's good. Valentine's Day is coming up, which means it's time for G4's annual celebration of infidelity, pornography, and raw emotion.
emotionless sex. As if there's any other kind.
We'll keep your dead heart pumping all day with the Cheaters Marathon, a Valentine-themed attack of the show, and a 2-hour look at the Adult Entertainment Expo hosted by Riley Steele.
Hello. Head on over to g4tv.com/Valentines for more details.
Stick around. Today's fail is a grunting good time.
Catch some big air up next.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. We've got an exclusive hands-on demo of the emulator. This 42-inch transparent touchscreen lets you control DJ software with the swipe of your finger. Then Allison Hayslip grills the mechanics, Jason Statham and Ben Foster, about being trained by hitmen. And Adam Sessler swings by to review the claustrophobic survival horror shooter Dead Space 2 in Game Break. See it tomorrow.
What a show. I'm going to tune into that. Oh, wait, that's us.
Welcome back to AOTS, the only show on TV capable of offending your mother, sister, girlfriend, and dad at the same time. Actually, your dad likes it.
Oh, thanks to Sean Cena for that lengthy yet appropriate slogan. I don't know how he crammed that into a tweet, but kudos. Speaking of which, tweet yours to #AOTS slogan, and we're your puppets all week long.
Yes,
what else
is
is new? Now look, we've had plenty of biking fails over the years. Some of us have had more than others.
That was a long time ago. Okay, Kevin?
When was the last time you were on a bike?
Back off.
Then.
No, I've done the double bike recently.
You let somebody else do the balancing part, the difficult stuff? Yeah, of course.
And I just sit back and relax.
Of course.
And this biker provides fun for both your eyes and ears. Watch and listen closely. From the start, it's just That's one more dead body in the woods, right?
Yeah. At least he died doing what he loved, grunting while spread eagle. Thanks to our guest, Will Wright. I'm going to pay you back for the shot.